So most Army learning was task-based and ensured that the learner learned it the way you wanted him to learn. And then when he was done, he got a badge, he got a certificate, and he moved out, right? The Army learning model, one of the second things, besides being learner-centric, is to get away from what we're doing right now. And so I just want to give you an example. Alan's not here, but last month, Alan's presentation was so great because he did something that reminded me of this collaborative learning that the Army is trying to do. He gave us a list and made us go through the list, remember that? Broke us up into groups, that was great. And it got us all involved, and we learned what to look for, and especially because the training aid was so bad. I remember we started, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. But, so now, students work together, they construct knowledge from their own experiences because, you know, trainees that come into the Army, they're either just out of high school or they've been out in the workforce for a while and they join the Army, and so you have 18-year-olds to 34-year-olds. That's the range for new Army recruits. There's a lot of experience in those older soldiers, older trainees. So you gotta get away from this PowerPoint, reading the lesson out loud. They'll have the lesson plan, step number 2, right? And so we're getting away from that. We'll present something. When we were at the academy and we were learning about the collaborative learning, I believe there was only 2 slides in the whole presentation. And the rest of it was us talking about something we read. We had a reading assignment, external learning assignment, and then what we did in the classroom. So, we're redesigning military training courses, and we're using this AG. And if you're a professional educator or a teacher, you've seen this before. It's part of adult learning theory, but this is what the Army's trying to do now. And we're adapting these new strategies, and we're looking at how we prepare the training. And actually, there's a little bit of a cycle in there. And at first, like for me, I'm an old armored cavalry guy. I didn't like it. I thought it was too touchy-feely because there's all these, well, let's review. How did you feel about what you just learned? But it's actually a good way to learn. So if you look here, there's 2 main themes in the Army learning model, and it's face-to-face learning and get away from that PowerPoint, right? Get training to the point of need. You don't have to be in a classroom. You can train in a field environment. The Army's done it for years. In combat arms anyway, we would go out on a mission, right? We'd train, then we'd go out on a mission, attack an objective, seize the objective, you know, stop, rearm, refuel, whatever, and then the instructors, the observer controllers would come and they'd walk us back through what we did right and what we did wrong, right? Because you know, blinking lights, the dead vehicles, or the enemy's dead vehicles. And that after-action review is actually now part of what this collaborative learning is about. So it doesn't focus on any particular technology, it focuses on the opportunity to learn during the training experience, right?